first time we came to Oriental, we pulled into the town dock and went aground. But that was okay because we were close enough to get the lines on the dock, so we just left her aground. You know, we've got that full keel. That's not a big deal.
Yeah.
And it's all mushy, so no big
Yeah.
deal.
And we went looking for groceries. We went into the Inland Waterway Provision Company.
Yep.
The owner said, well, there is a store, he says, but it's pretty far for walking. I'll just loan you a couple of bikes. So he takes us out front and he says, darn, he says, all my loaners are gone. He said, well, here, just take these 2 new bikes. Just keep them as long as you need them and bring them back, you know. So we got on the bikes and we go pedaling down the street and we came to a stop sign. And a young man in a pickup truck stopped.
Kid, a teenager.
Oh.
Gave us a friendly wave.
Waved at us and waved us ahead.
around.
He was nice to us.
And so that was kind of our introduction to Oriental.
Wow.
So how, it's fabulous.
Yeah.
And there are just a lot of people here who love boats. And you know, if they're not boaters themselves, they're probably wannabes or have-beens. And they're really helpful to cruisers.
Yeah, it's...
A very boat-oriented community, so that you either own a boat here, want to own a boat, used to own a boat, or like to look at boats. Or you come because somebody you know is boat-related. The actual town or village of Oriental has like 879 people, and there are over 2,500 boats here, and there are actually, somebody told me that registered here in Oriental. Now that doesn't mean that they reside, the boats don't reside here, but on the transom or on their paperwork says Oriental, North Carolina, there's 10,000.
10,000?
That's what I heard.
That's-
It seems a
we
bit
don't-
high to me.
We are not
Seems-
sure if we believe that.
Yeah, it's very easy
Yeah.
to go gunk-hole in the Pamlico Sound and up the different rivers. I mean, to places like Ocracoke, and to Lookout Bight, and up to Little Washington. All these places are great places to go with your boat and cruise. Very short. I mean, in a day you're there.
It's a beautiful place to sail.
Yes, it is.
Right out of Oriental.
Right out of Oriental, you've got places to anchor, places to go. You're right on the ICW. I mean, you go make a right and you're in Oriental right off the ICW, so it's easy access. And actually easy access from the ocean coming in from Beaufort. You know, in a few hours you're here in Oriental.
Yeah.
And what's available in Oriental are not just the fact that there's a grocery store. We now have a pharmacy. There are 3 places to buy wine. There is a marine consignment shop that's right here that has really expanded and gotten much bigger, has a nice selection. There's also a marine place called Inland Waterway Provision Company. There is a West Marine here, and you've got 2 boat yards that can haul right in the village that can haul you out if you need it. Towboat US works out of Oriental. You've got all these. You've got
Lots of Marines.
lots of marine people.
Tradespeople.
Tradespeople is good, you know, and even outside of the village in Minnesota, you can also get hauled out there. They have a terrific fiberglass and paint place there. They have, you know, it's also a good hurricane hole. So you have all these facilities that are available to you as a boater. And then there's a hardware store that also carries marine stuff. So you've got lots of places to check if what if you have something that you need. So, and if you need something bigger, in Beaufort we've got a great prop shop, wonderful prop shop, and there are New Bern has other a place that rebuilds starters that's wonderful, and they have a fabric place that sells umbrella and that kind of thing just down from Walmart, and there's a Lowe's there.
We've got 3 great canvas shops here in town.
Oh yeah, the canvas. Oh yeah, there
We've
are.
got 2 sail makers.
And a sail repair place.
And I forgot about the sail repair shop.
And if you want to become a captain, there's the Worldwide Marine training, they're here in Oriental too. So
Yeah.
it's amazing the things that are available in this tiny little place. Now, if you're talking about non-boating items, there's restaurants here to go to. There's an old theater that has not only films that they will show in over the winter time, they do, a cartoon first and then the movie for $5 and all the popcorn you can eat. I mean, what's wrong with that? And restaurants, like I said, there's a little coffee place to go to, the Bean, that's really nice. It's all, the other good thing about it, it's either walkable or bicycleable. Mm-hmm. You don't have to have a car in Oriental. If you don't own one, it's not a problem.
And don't forget about the arts.
Oh, yeah, there are
Very
a lot of
active
artists.
group of artists in town. Lots of art
Galleries
artsy
and
things to do if you like that sort of thing, or lots of places to spend your money on art if you like that sort of thing.
Yep, that's true.
Yeah.
And the the Pamlico Radio Society also has a big presence here in Pamlico County. That's the county that Oriental's
That
in.
would be amateurs, ham radio people.
Wow.
And they have a big presence here
We
also.
actually got our general license here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. And they meet once a month at Brantley's for breakfast on Saturday, the last Saturday of the month. Oh, I can tell you one thing that no other town that I know of does.
Yeah.
The people here, we told you the people, did we tell you the people are friendly here? They're friendly.
Yeah.
So here's a woman, Faye Bond, who's lived here is from Oriental, lived here all her life, and she and her husband, this is how much they like Oriental and the people of Oriental. Every summer, they have a watermelon cutting in her front yard, open, free to anyone in town.
Wow.
Anybody can stop by and have a slice of watermelon. She's
Or
got
2 or 6.
3 or whatever. And there's usually the band that plays there. The Pamlico County Band will come and play in her front yard too. All the tables are set up. That's all via the Rotary Club. So that's the kind of town that's here in Oriental. That friendly. That a resident will bring out the watermelons.
Wow. I remember when I first came here and didn't know the town or anyone, and found the grocery store, and I was walking back to my boat with a couple of bags. There was this guy walking his dog, this older guy who was walking the same way I was. He wanted to know if I needed a hand carrying the bag, like he'd carry the other one
Aww.
for me as he was walking his dog.
Oh, that was nice. You would not believe how many circumnavigators are living here in Oriental.
It blows my mind.
It
I can't
is.
believe it.
We were hauled out in 2006. Right next door to us was this little yellow steel-hulled boat, and the guy was very quiet working away, and Don was working on his stuff. Don finally got talking to him. He had not just been a circumnavigator, but he built his boat and then circumnavigated.
Wow.
And he came back to Oriental.
Still sailing her.
Still sailing her.
Today.
Yep.
Sailing her today.
Yeah.
There was this one time when I cut my finger, doing some carpentry on the boat, and I had to get some stitches. So I went to the clinic and sitting in the waiting room, and next to this cute little old lady, she was like 70, older, and we got into a little conversation as I was waiting to get my finger stitched up, and I remember saying, proudly saying, yeah, I live on a boat, and I sail like 30,000 miles, and I've been to all these places. And she said, oh wow, that's great. It reminds me of when my husband and I built our 25-foot boat out of wood in England, and then we sailed it across the Atlantic. Before wind vanes were invented, and all these things. That
We
I take
have
for
a similar. Where we came? Oh, we had done our passage down to the VI, and then flew back a while later. Came back. It came to Oriental, and somebody told us, "Oh, we'll meet you at the Toucan, bar." And we're out there, and we're like, "Oh, pumped! Oh, we made this great passage!" Blah blah blah. And so we're talking to a few people, and like every other person had been a circumnavigator, and we're like, "Oh my goodness!" It was really funny because it just took us down a peg, or 2 or 3.
Yeah, me too.
Yep.
And what we don't have in Oriental gee, we don't have McDonald's, we don't have Burger King, we don't have, actually, the only chain store
Is West Marine.
in town is West Marine.
So does that tell you about a boat town?
Yeah.
You know?
It blows my mind. All of what you've described in this town of about 900 people.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't seem physically possible. It's such a small town.
It's amazing to us too.
Yeah.
And we're here.
Yeah.
But we love it. We think it's a great place. We've enjoyed being here. And so we went up and down the East Coast as we were cruising and said, oh man, look at this place. Oh, this looks nice. You know, when we too decrepit to sail anymore, and you know what? Oriental's it.
I've often thought
Oriental's,
the same thing.
Oriental's
Yeah.
it. This is where, I think this is where we'll end up when we're done. It's a great town, I mean, and I love being in the village. It's the best.